think we're good to go. Let's do this. Hey, playa. Welcome to another live stream here. Am I live? All right, I am live now. Wait for the thing to go. Welcome to another live stream here on my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Josh. Every single week, I make videos sharing tips, ideas, and stories teaching you how to be your best self. And in this live stream, I'm gonna be covering 5 confidence skills that you can use to crush any self-doubt that you have. If you feel like you have negative thoughts that hold you back, if there's nervousness or anxiety that prevents you from doing something that you want, practicing these 5 confidence skills is going to give you the attitude, the belief, and the courage you need to actually go after what you want, to actually accomplish those things. But before I get into those points here, oh no, hold on. I hope it's not running slow in here. You guys, give me 1 second here. The internet. What is up, everyone? I'm happy to have you guys. Hopefully it's not lagging on you there, but let's see, we're good. I think we're good now. Okay, sorry. I had to switch my internet to the faster one because it was running slow. But happy to have you guys on here. Happy to go through the points here. Before I get into... No, not remove. Or whatever. Before I get into the points here, guys, I do want to give shout-outs to all the early birds here in the live stream. Those are the people that jumped on the stream. From the get-go, you guys have been here since the beginning, since we started up here. So let's jump in and see who we got here. Anthony Cuento, good to have you, man. Palmer Creer, Red Lightning, Abby Williamson. Abby Williamson says, Josh, I'm lonely. I'm sorry to hear that, Abby. You want to kind of talk a little bit more about why you feel that way? Maybe we can kind of jump in and help you out a bit. Music Man is in here. Everglow 101. Awesome covers, Coldplay songs, man. I really love what you're doing on your channel. Azim the Dream. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I got my Mr. Rogers shirt on too. Jalen's in here. Good to have you, Jalen. Jaden Del Val is in here. Yancey Cobian. Good to have you, Yancey. Hamish K. Synchro Legend. Alex Burns. Alex, happy birthday, man. I'm so happy for you. So proud of you for the person you are and all the positivity you bring into this world, man. Thank you for being here and thank you for being part of this live stream. Rage Master's in here. Joshua Joel, Music Man, I think it said Music Man. It's Just Ben, Nightling Ping, Saya Bonga Richard, Fadi is the name, Yazidi Squad, Davidio Studio, Judah Rondez. Let's see, Red Lightning, Dono the Gamer. Hey, playa, good to have you, Dono. A frog. Frog says frog approved. Let's see. I'm Josh joking. I guess you're Josh joking. James Michael, Palmer Creer, Shades Boss. I think I pretty much covered everyone here. I'm happy to have you guys on here. This is going to be Lucky Lucario. Good to have you too, man. This is going to be the final live stream of the year. I'm going to take the next week or so off to kind of just really focus more on just kind of building on my second channel, of thinking about the content strategy I want to bring into 2021 for this channel. And I wanted to kind of just end you guys off on this note, which I think is a super important one. Building confidence, feeling confident in yourself, what to look forward to, what to start planning for in the next year. As I walk you through these confidence skills, guys, I want you guys to really be super interactive here. I really want you to, I want to hear your feedback. I want to know what you feel is possible for you, what you feel is impossible, what you feel is something you want to try more. Where do you feel that you struggle or you have hardships with? I really want to get your perspective on this, guys, because hearing your feedback really helps me understand more what I have to tackle in my new videos coming forward. So I want you guys to be involved in every chat poll. I want you guys to jump in and share your perspectives as we talk to them. I want to hear your feedback. Filmlytical says, hey Josh, how's it going? Heard the snow is amazing in New York. Yep, it snowed a lot. I think it's done snowing now, but it was snowing quite a lot. I had to go in the morning and shovel, so I'm super sore and all, but it's a lot of fun. Snow is just an awesome thing, I think. Before I get into the first point here, guys, I want to jump in and say this. If you have a burning question, if you have something that is on your mind, a question you want to ask me that you just need my opinion for right now as we're sitting here, don't hesitate to use the super chat function. Hamish just did, as I mentioned that, guys. The super chat function I consider those burning questions. That means it's a question that's right in front of my face. I'm going to stop what I'm talking about. I'm going to answer your question then and there. So, Hamish, thank you for the £5 super chat. Hamish said, last stream until next year. Let's make it a good one, y'all. Yep, Hamish, happy to have you here. I think it's going to be a good, fun stream as well. I appreciate the super chat, man. Nick Cornaccia, good to have you on here, man. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Nick says, is it a good idea to use pickup lines or does it depend? Let me see if it pops up here. Yes, it does. Nick, yours should pop up in a second too. Is it a good idea to use pickup lines or does it depend? Here's the thing. I look at pickup lines as kind of an opener for you to start to get comfortable using your own real lines. The best opening lines really come from the heart, come from your own experience, come from your own observation of the world. But I think using pickup lines in the beginning to help you get more comfortable is totally fine, right? That's how I kind of started. When I wanted to start practicing approaching girls and talking to girls and things like that, I started to use pickup lines in the beginning. Oh, okay, I guess it's working now. Cool, it's working. The thing is showing the stream now. I started to use pickup lines in the beginning where I would kind of have a scripted opener that I would approach a girl and start using it. And the more I did it, the more I kind of started to see what their feedback was and how they responded and how they talked to me, the easier it was for me to start to realize, okay, cool, like if I make a joke, they laugh. If I tell a personal story, maybe they're more into that. So I started to shift more from pickup lines over to kind of just telling my own personal stories, asking questions about things I was interested in, making observations about where we were and what was going on. And that was when I started to feel really comfortable with myself and doing it. So are pickup lines bad? No, but I think that you should keep them for the opening stages when you're practicing. When you feel like you're really going out there to try to meet someone and get to know them better, I think that's the point where you can totally kind of just jump right in to being your authentic self. I feel like that's the best thing to sell. Hey, Godspeed plays. No need to spam. I saw that you said you, I believe you said I spoke at your class. Happy to have you in here, man. But post the message once, and I'll try to catch it then. Because if you post it a lot, you're gonna get blocked, and I don't want, I don't want your message. You're gonna get blocked. I don't want that to happen. But happy to have you in here, man. Thank you guys. Also, thank you, Nick, for the super chat. Okay, let's jump into point number 1 here, guys. I'm gonna walk you through the 5. There's Nick's super chat. I'm gonna walk you through the 5 confidence skills here. So let's see what the first one is. Okay, skill number 1 here, guys, is to push past your limiting beliefs. Now, I don't want you to look at these as platitudes. I don't want you to say, okay, that's easier said than done. Let's talk through them a little bit. What does that mean to push past your limiting beliefs? Well, where do limiting beliefs come from? Why do we start to develop them? How are they ingrained in us in a way? Well, a lot of us, I think, develop limiting beliefs based on the people that we know, the conversations that we have, what our parents tell us, what our friends tell us. Maybe there's a hobby that you want to try out, or maybe there's something new that you want to do, a school that you want to go to, or a person you want to talk to. And the people around you are just telling you, oh, you're going to fail at that, so it's not even worth trying that hobby. You're not going to get into that school, so don't even apply. That girl's totally not going to fall for you, so don't even approach her. You might start to develop limiting beliefs if people start to dictate for you what you should and shouldn't do. That means that they've taken away the power for you to make those decisions, for you to rationalize and work through those situations to figure out what makes sense for you. We start to develop these limiting beliefs when we're young, right? Our parents might have an idea for what we want to be, what we should be when we grow up, right? Maybe they keep ingraining in us, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a lawyer because you're going to make a lot of money. That's like what's ingrained in us. And we start to feel like there's nothing outside of what we've been told we can do that we can explore, because if we do, people are going to be upset with us. They're going to think we're weird. They're going to think we're awkward. So if you want to start building your confidence, you need to recognize what your limiting beliefs are. Maybe it's something someone told you. Maybe it's something you've told yourself. Maybe you tell yourself, hey, I'm only 5'9". I'm never going to get a girlfriend, right? Like, I know a lot of people in the black pill community feel that. That's a limiting belief that they have. A person may say, I'm dumb. I'm never going to get into college. I'm not even going to apply. That's a limiting belief you may have. Or you might even say something like, you know what? I want to start practicing this instrument, or I want to start making a YouTube channel, but it's too late to make videos because there's already a million channels on that topic. Or I'm never going to be a professional guitarist, so why even practice guitar? These are limiting beliefs that we have that holds us back from being confident. Remember, guys, to be confident is to really believe in ourselves, to believe in what we bring to the table. And it's not to say we are going to excel and be the best at something, but to believe in our ability to aim to do something. Not to accomplish the goal, but to aim to accomplish the goal. That's what the confidence is. You're confident in your ability to approach that task, not to just always complete it and get it done, right? So I think allowing yourself to think a little past that limiting belief is going to help you build that confidence. But of course, let's do a chat poll, guys, because I want to hear from you. What do you feel are some limiting beliefs that you carry in your life? Things that maybe your parents have told you or your friends have told you that you feel are reasons why maybe you haven't approached the thing that you wanted to approach. Or maybe it's not even someone externally. Maybe it's something you've created for yourself, a limiting belief that's holding you back that you keep repeating to yourself saying, it's not worth it, don't even try, you're not going to do well in it. So I want to hear what your guys' limiting beliefs are. A limiting belief that I have, I would say, is that, let me think of a really good limiting belief. I think that we all have tiny little limiting beliefs throughout the day. Maybe I tell myself this. I tell myself that I'm going to be able to accomplish everything, right? So I tell myself that I'm going to be able to do all these different projects in a day, but I don't make time to eat, or I don't make time to rest, or I make time to relax. So then I end up kind of overworking myself and getting stressed out or getting just drained by the end of the day. So my limiting belief is not recognizing my actual abilities, and it's feeling like I need to be more productive than I actually have to. But I'm curious to hear what your guys' limiting beliefs are. Anthony says, I can relate to that YouTube topic. Yeah, Anthony, I threw that in for you, and I threw that in for Azim. I know both of you guys are trying to build up your YouTube channels, or at least get back into the habit of posting on YouTube. So I kind of mentioned that because I feel like there are limiting beliefs that center themselves around those two goals that you guys may have. Let's see. Filmlytical says, the reason I don't approach what I want to approach is the fear of it not happening and the fear of change. Those are really interesting ones, man. I'd love to, if you can, go a little bit more deeper than that. I want to understand, what is it that the change that you fear? Is it a change of lifestyle? Is it a change of career choice? What is that change that you kind of are hesitant around? Anthony says, my parents telling me that YouTube won't work out for me. Yeah, this is something I think happens a lot. We approach YouTube like, oh, we want to make a living off YouTube, right? And then we tell our parents we want to do that. And of course, our parents think it's not a real job, it's not a full-time job, whatever. So I think instead of approaching YouTube from the start of, I want to do this full-time, approach it from, let me test this out. Let me learn it a little bit. Let me understand. Let me see if I can get a groove going where I can find a way that maybe I can turn it into a part-time income, and then maybe in the future a full-time income. But if you just go full in saying, I'm going to make YouTube my career, I think that it's hard, especially for parents, to grasp that concept. It may be true and it may be your goal, but it's hard for, I think, other people to understand it, especially older people, because being a YouTuber is not a thing to them in most cases. Let's see what you guys had to say. Nightling Ping says that I can't have a girlfriend because I don't have the right personality. That's an interesting one too, Night. I think a lot of people feel that way, that they don't have a good enough personality, or they're not smart enough or cool enough to have a girlfriend. It's a real limiting belief that maybe we've created for ourselves sometimes too. All right, let me read through some more of these. Palmer Creer says, figure out what she likes. Oh, okay, you're talking to Nilix. Jalen says, hi, Josh. I hope I can make myself a better person. So if I see my crush again, maybe she will think differently about me and we could just be friends. Jalen, I hear you on that. I don't think it's that you need to be a better person. I think that you are great just the way you are. It's possible, though, that your great self doesn't align or match up with that girl. And I know that's a hard thing to hear, and it's not always the answer you want, but if she is kind of in her own path, going forward in her life in her own way, it's possible that the two of you just aren't in sync in that sense. Let's see. Rage Master says, and it's never too late to achieve and do something you want to do in life. Absolutely, Rage Master. Love that. Jalen says, you don't have to ask questions to learn more about your crush. Definitely. There's lots of different ways, I think, to learn about someone. Yeah, Jalen says you can tell stories, make assumptions, hang out with her. Absolutely. I suggest asking questions because that's kind of the easiest way to learn, but there are so many other ways, and Jalen kind of pointed that out, definitely. Everglow says, my dreams of being a headliner band and playing to thousands of people, seemingly over-optimistic and too dreamy when I'm depressed. Yeah, I hear you on that. Accomplishing a goal like headlining a band can feel like that's so far out there. And, I always say everything is small steps. So instead of thinking all the time about, hey, I want to headline a show, I headline a big stage and play in front of thousands of people, maybe say to yourself, I want to come up with 5 songs. Maybe 5 songs that I can play locally. Maybe I can play in local places. Maybe I can put them online and get feedback on. Start to build those small steps, because maybe one day you will play, on stage. Maybe I'll come to your concert too, man. All right. Hamish says, I'm going to fly to the moon. That's my limiting belief. I hear you on that. All right, let me read through these quickly. Let's see. Filmlytical says, building a channel is so hard. It definitely is. Definitely takes time and patience. Let's see. the change of lifestyle and the change of how people look at you differently. Definitely. I think a change of lifestyle is, like it's building a routine, I think, before you start to get comfortable there. And then people looking at you differently is definitely going to happen. Whenever you try something new, people are always hesitant to support that because it's new to them too. And they don't know how to approach it. They don't have the same thought process that you have going into it. So it's kind of foreign to them. And that's why people, I think, are overly critical sometimes. Hamish, thank you again for the £2 super chat. Hamish said, fly me to the moon. Oh, no, you retracted it, man. Yeah, you said fly me to the moon is your limiting belief. There we go. Yeah, Hamish, I hear you on that. I don't know if you're joking, but yeah, flying to the moon is definitely something that would be super, super cool. It's incredibly hard to do, and maybe there's a way forward with that, but we have these limiting beliefs, guys. Like I said, it's a matter of recognizing what those limiting beliefs are, calling them out. Call out your limiting beliefs. Call them out right now. Call them out in the chat. Put them out there, because if you put them out there, then you can start to address them, and that's going to be the key here, guys. Thank you again, Hamish, for the super chat there. Let's see. Vakwa says, hey, Josh, I recently broke up with my ex, and I miss the feeling of having a partner. Looking at successful relationships makes me feel lonely. Yeah, definitely. Look, when you're single or when you break up with someone just recently, seeing other people in relationships, especially around the holiday season, can make you feel down. It can make you feel like, oh man, what did I do? What am I missing? Should I have tried harder? I think ultimately the best approach maybe is to kind of look at other people and see what it is about their relationship you think is good. What do you think makes their relationship strong? And maybe make an internal list for yourself. What can I do better in the next relationship going forward? Having that goal list of like, wow, they're very caring for each other. Oh, wow, they make time for each other. Wow, they hear each other out. I think that's maybe a way you can kind of change your perspective and how you observe them. Azim, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Should pop up here. It's taking it so long. I don't know. It should pop up in a second, Azim. Azim says, I feel like I'm always pressured to want to stand out from anyone when it comes to anything, whether it's YouTube, school, etc. How can I get over that? Yeah, so that pressure of wanting to stand out from anyone when it comes to anything, I hear where you're coming from on that. I think that I think what happens a lot of time is that, look, we live in a very competitive world, right? It's like we're always comparing ourselves to others. We're always trying to see, do we stack up? Are we good enough? And I think that the moment you allow someone else to start to dictate what your success is, you lose control of that, right? So that pressure to want to stand out, part of it might be, sorry, take a sip of water. Part of it might be wanting to feel accepted by others. Another part of it might be not really understanding what your goals are, being clear in what your goals are, right? This can happen a lot too. You can tend to fall into peer pressure or feel pressure to stand out if you don't know what your path forward is. And if you don't know what your path forward is, you're going to look around and kind of wait for someone to kind of give you a thumbs up to say, oh, that's good or that's bad. And that's how you're going to move your course along. So you don't want to take that approach. You definitely want to understand what it is you're aiming for. And that's a deep, deep question. It's not a simple one, but it's definitely something to really, really spend some time thinking about. But as I walk through these, Azim, I think these points are going to be helpful for you in kind of framing up your mind and thinking about what you want to accomplish. But let's jump into point number 2 here, guys, and that's going to be this. The second confidence skill that you want to build is this one, guys. Recognize that your memories are not solid truths. I want to explain this one for a little bit here because I think a lot of times the experiences we have had in the past will dictate how we'll approach new situations in the future, right? So let's assume you liked someone, you had a crush on someone, and you worked up the courage to finally talk to them, to finally say something, and they shot you down. They laughed in your face, or they rolled their eyes, or they told you you're a weirdo. They just shot you down. Well, that hurtful and tragic and traumatic experience might dictate how you approach girls in the future or approach guys in the future, right? You might feel like, oh, you know what? I got rejected once. What if I approach again and I get rejected again? Or, hey, you know what? I tried to be honest and put something out there and people laughed at me about it. People made fun of me for it. So why would I try to do something for myself again and put myself out there if people might laugh at me again. So our memories and the experiences we had start to now create how we think things are going to happen in the future, and they become truths in our mind. We tell ourselves, well, it's just true. I'm going to get rejected again. That's just what's going to happen. Or, you know what? If I try to approach someone, I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to blow it. I'm going to get nervous. It's the truth. It's what's going to happen. We've solidified what we think is going to happen in the future based on what's happened in the past. And that's a bad way to approach things, guys. We're allowing our sacrifice. We're sacrificing our confidence and belief in ourselves because of past traumatic experiences. Now, look, I'm not saying it's easy to just say, forget about what's happened in the past. It's never going to happen again. It may happen again. It may happen again after that. But to assume that things will go wrong just because they've happened bad in the past, I think we're holding ourselves back from really learning from that new experience. Every interaction with a person is different. Every new situation is different from the last one because you're always bringing the last previous experience to the table with you in this new one here, right? Let's assume I get rejected, right? If I go talk to someone new, I've learned from that rejection in the past. I've learned the mistakes I made. I've learned that, hey, you know what? Maybe I don't have anything to talk about, or maybe I just kind of get very nervous and shut down. I've learned those things, and now I can practice and work on them leading up to the new situation. So to build that confidence skill is to recognize that your memories are not truth, right? They're your perspective and your perception of a situation. And your perception can be way off. Think about it like this, guys. Here's something I've realized, which I think has been fascinating to me over the years. I've done a bunch of different life stories videos. I'll link up the playlist over here if you're watching the replay. I've done a bunch of different life stories videos where I talk about different situations in my life. Some of those videos, when I go back and watch them, I've forgotten the details about what happened. So if I were to tell that story today, I would probably tell it with totally different details than when I told it a few years ago. And that blew my mind because it's like, wow, our memories are faulty. We don't remember things as clearly as they actually happen. In fact, we inject a lot of bias into those experiences too. You know, if it's a time where someone kind of rejected you, or you've been hurt before, or someone let you down, you might have thought that situation was deeper and harder in that situation than it actually was. Let's say someone rejects you. In your mind, you might tell yourself, man, they totally made fun of me or tore me down. But maybe that's not what fully happened. Maybe your perspective is off. So don't allow, oh my God, I keep yawning. Don't allow those past hurtful moments to help to create and dictate your future ones. So I want to jump in here, of course, to a chat poll. I want every single person, I hit my Galactus. I want every single person watching to jump in and share their perspective. We got 46 people on, 46 people, we got 32 likes. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up, guys. Let's get this to 40 likes. There we go. Okay. Let's get a chat poll going here, guys. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. When it comes to kind of past memories dictating your truth, what are some truths about yourself that you believe? Maybe a truth you have is that you are too short to date, or too short for girls to like you. Maybe you feel like, well, it's just true that I'm not smart enough or I'm not good enough. What are those kind of past memories or past experiences that are dictating how you feel about yourself now? I want to hear what you guys have to say. So jump in. I'll give an example. One of the a truth that might affect how I perceive things in the future is to say that, Donna, you forgot to like it, man. Slacking, bro. I'm joking. Basically, what are the different things that you've kind of encountered in your life that you feel have now, upon reflection, make you feel like, oh, well, it's never going to work out for me. Red lightning, I think that's a good one, right? Life is stupid, right? So you might feel like nothing works out for you. Everything goes wrong. People hate you. It's just mistake after mistake after mistake. Life is stupid, right? So you might approach the next situation and think, well, what's the point? Life is stupid, right? So you're allowing those limiting beliefs, like I said, and that those past memories to dictate your future. And that's going to hold you back from being confident. Why would you be confident in a future situation if you have already defeated yourself in your mind? Why would you be? So we want to kind of catch ourselves when we're thinking those thoughts that are holding us back, because that's what's going to prevent us from truly being confident. I want to hear what you guys had to say. Everglow says, I believe that I don't have the charisma that the other people texting my crush have. Yeah, Everglow, I think that's a very, very common one. A lot of times, let's say you like someone and other people like that person too, you might feel like, well, I'm not good enough compared to them. They're so much closer. They have so much more fun. Why should I even try, right? You may think that. And those are the limiting beliefs that are holding us back. And those are the past memories that we're carrying wrong perceptions of. How you choose to interact with your crush in the future is only dictated by what you choose to do and what you choose to learn from. So I think definitely reflecting on your past interactions and saying, what can I do differently in the future is going to help. Let's see. Jalen says, I'm too short to play Barney. Yeah, Jalen, I hear you on that. That could be a limiting belief where you feel like, your height might hold you back from getting this career choice that you want. Let's see. Reggie says, I think I'm kind of selfish, so I would feel bad having a girl have to deal with me. Reggie, that's a really, really interesting point. I think a lot of times we may reflect on our behaviors and say, I'm selfish, I'm needy, I'm mean, I'm this. No one's going to like me, right? But what you've done is you've identified something that you want to kind of catch yourself doing or recognize yourself doing or work on. So definitely sit down with yourself one day and say, how am I selfish? What do I do that's selfish? How do I respond? How do I respond in a way that's selfish? So really think that through. Noah says that I'm not good enough to talk to my crush or good enough for her. Guys like us don't get the girl. Oliver Queen said that. So yeah, Noah, I hear you on that. We can create these kind of negative perceptions that we carry because we just think people like me don't succeed. And I want you to kind of put that belief on hold because we're talking about working on building that confidence. Let's see. Synchro says, I panic too much when I'm in a conversation and it gets annoying. Yeah, definitely, Synchro. Look, all the things that you guys are pointing out are things that can actively be worked on. Things you can kind of sit down and say, well, when do I do that? What situations cause that? How do I want to respond? Right? When you feel like you get nervous or you panic in a situation, how would you like to respond? How would you like to respond differently? And what would it take for you to go from point A to point B and changing that? Knight says, gotta go. See you later. Thanks for being amazing, man. Thank you for being here, Knight. I'll catch you next time, man. Let's see. Azim says, afraid of the fact that even if I was on top of the world and feeling good about myself, I would revert back to my nervous self when interacting with main crush again. Yeah, Azim, and this is something I think that's come up a bit in our conversations, definitely. That this idea of no matter how much you work on yourself, when you see your crush, you might just fold back into yourself. So how do you prevent yourself from doing that? Well, it really does require approaching new people, learning new skills, working on yourself to the degree where your focus isn't on her. Where if you do interact with her, man, I gotta figure out why you yawn so much during these streams. Where you're shifting your focus, where you're not only concerned with her and you're thinking about other things that you can do and other people you can talk to. All right, let's see. Rage Master says, don't believe that I don't believe in my goals. Yeah, not believing in your goals is another thing too. Alex says, I'm just a kid, man. Life is a nightmare. I hear you on that, Alex. All right, let's read through a few more before I get back in. Josh, do you feel like a crush that you know in real life will be talking to other guys online? That's a good question, Jalen. My short answer is probably yes. I think that the crush you know in real life is probably talking to other guys in real life, right? There are probably other guys hitting on her and other guys trying to slide into her DMs, and other guys trying to message her. We have this kind of cookie cutter perception sometimes that like it's a hope that no one else is talking to her crush and that she's not interested in anyone else. But the truth of the matter is that if your crush is an attractive person, if they're an interesting person, other people are going to like them too. And they may also be trying to kind of compete for their attention. So if it's someone that you know, don't focus so much on who else is talking to her. Focus on your conversations with her. How can you make your conversations better rather than who else is talking? Because it's not a comparison of you and others. It's a comparison of what you are willing to give and what you're not willing to give. Let's see. Toby the Minion says, I always get rejected, but my confidence always seems to go up with girls. But it doesn't seem like to go into a relationship. It's always is a no, or they have a boyfriend by the week after. Yeah, I hear you on that. You might feel like, hey, you're confident around girls, but it just doesn't seem to work out. But the next girl you approach isn't a guarantee that you're going to run into the same situation. It may be a common situation, but it's not guaranteed. So how you build that confidence is recognizing that this new situation gives you a new opportunity to try something different than what happened before. All right, let's jump into point number 3 here, guys. Oh, clicked the little blast noise on my thing. Let's jump into point number 3 here, guys. Because I think it's going to be super helpful for you guys. Let me pull it up. Point number 3 is this. This is the third skill that you're definitely going to want to build out. Anthony says, well, I got videos planned out for next week and a half. Awesome, Anthony. I can't wait to check them out, man. Guys, skill number 3 here. Don't let negative biases dictate your behaviors. This rests on kind of the second point that I was saying here, but when I talk about negative biases dictating your behaviors, this is something I think that can happen a lot. People can sometimes fall into the pit of despair where they deal with so much rejection or so much hurt or so much anger that they feel like, what's the point? Why even try? Why waste my time? Who cares? It doesn't matter. Red Lightning, I feel like you might be in this place right now. You know, Arby, I get it, man. Reading your post there, I'm going to be alone forever. I think you might be in that pit of despair. I think you might be in that place where you feel like life is stupid and you can't do this. And I hear you on that. And guys, something that I'm definitely planning on doing a video on in 2021 is talking more about toxic positivity. And I think that kind of takes the shape of people dismissing how you feel and just trying to shove positive advice down your throat. Now, when I talk about kind of falling into that pit of despair and allowing that despair to dictate your actions, I think what I want you to recognize first and foremost is how you feel, whether it's sadness, whether it's hurt, whether it's apathy for life, whatever it may be. All those feelings are normal, valid feelings. It's okay to feel bad. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel hurt. It's okay to feel hopeless. These are normal feelings to have. There's nothing wrong with feeling any kind of way. The challenge, I think, comes in with what do we do with those feelings? How do we process those feelings? And how do we process them in a way that doesn't hurt us even more or hurt anyone else around us? And this is the real challenge with building confidence, because it's not just a matter of believe in yourself and don't listen to anyone else. Just do what you want to do. It's not about that. It really is about tapping deep within, understanding how you feel and recognizing this is how I feel. I don't want to feel that way. I want to change that. What can I do to change that? Maybe I need to talk to someone. Maybe I need to cry. Maybe I need to just be alone for a bit and I'll be okay. However you choose to process those feelings, always make sure that it's a healthy way of doing it. It's not harming yourself, whether that's cutting, whether that's hitting, whether that's any kind of self-harm. It's not taking your anger out on someone else and getting upset and saying, well, you have a girlfriend, you suck and I hate you, or that girl's stupid because she doesn't like me. It's not taking that anger out on anyone else. It's recognizing how you feel and it's acknowledging it. And I think that's a piece that a lot of people skip over when it comes to building confidence, right? You have to kind of be aware of your feelings. And you have to recognize when those feelings are dictating your actions. So if you feel like you're in that pit of despair and you feel like life is hopeless, why bother? Why try? Well, then, why would you be confident? How can you have confidence? This is a real challenge I think a lot of people face. It's not as simple as just be confident, bro, and everything will work out. It's really acknowledging, coming face to face with your actual demons inside. Now, I want to get a chat poll going here, guys, because I really want to get your perspective. To everyone watching, everyone that's on the stream right now, Dario says, is it gentlemanly to have sex before marriage? I personally think it is. I think it's totally okay to have sex before marriage. You could still be a gentleman and do that. I don't think marriage and being a gentleman are totally aligned. They can be aligned. It's kind of more like a Venn diagram, but it's not one for one. And the reason I say that is because you could be a gentleman and have sex with a woman and be respectful and be kind and be understanding and have it be consensual. And that's totally gentlemanly in my book. But guys, I want to get a chat poll going here, guys. I want to ask you this. Do you ever feel like giving up? do you ever feel like it's not worth trying, or you feel hopeless, or you feel like things are just kind of weighing down on you to the point where you just don't even care anymore? Have you ever felt that before? You guys can write yes. Oh, sorry. You can write yes or no in the chat. I want to hear every single person watching. I want to get your perspective. Or if you want to go a little deeper, feel free to jump in and write something out. But I'm really curious about how you feel, guys. Haley, hey, good to have you in here, Haley. Do you ever feel like life just is incredibly tough and it's hard, and you just feel like nothing's going your way and you're ready to give up? And there's nothing wrong with feeling that way, guys. So I want you to be open here, honest. If you've never felt that way, that's okay too. Nija says yes. Marco says yes. Hamish says, yo, what's up, Haley? Dario says yes. Anthony says, I've had feeling of giving up, but I keep going. That's awesome, Anthony. I'm happy for you, man. My channel says that sometimes. Jared says a little, but I know the sun always rises. Awesome, Jared. I like that perspective. FXS says yes. Red Lightning says everyone's going to leave me. Cheesy says I do, but not with dating. Yeah, look, this doesn't even have to be dating exclusive. This could just be about life. This could be about your goals, your dreams, yourself. Everglow says, I tried to kill myself 6 times, quite evidently, yes. I'm sorry to hear that, man. And every time you share that, my heart really reaches out for you, man. I know how tough it can be sometimes. So I'm here for you, man. Hamish says yes. Jalen says no. Dono says yes. Let me see if I can pronounce it. J-Lam? Did I say that correctly? I apologize. Porun says, yeah, I feel like I'm not good enough to be with a girl or talk to a girl. Michilio says, I think I said that right. Yes, Josh, I think we all do sometimes feel that like that, but I do not understand why. Rage Master says yes sometimes. Dono says this is a 2020 question. Yeah, guys, it's kind of hard to kind of go through 2020 and not feel this way at some point. Let's see. Haley says yes, sir. Azim, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Azim. I really appreciate it, man. Let's see. It should pop up here. There we go. Azim says, why do we say everyone's opinion matters when they don't? Isn't it contradicting? Same for worth. Some say we define it. Some say status is determined by others. This is a really good question, Azim. We have to understand that idea of everyone's opinion matters, because I personally believe that everyone's story and everyone's perspective does matter to a degree. Now, that doesn't mean that everyone's opinion matters to every person. Right? So my opinion may matter to me. It may be important for me to share that. I might feel better about myself to put my thoughts out there into the world. But that doesn't mean every single person out there is going to care to hear them, is going to agree with them, or is going to want to hear them too. So when we say everyone's opinion matters, we have to look at it more in this perspective of it's important for people to share their voice when they feel they need to speak up. That's when I think everyone's opinion matters. But it doesn't mean that everyone has to listen to everyone else. You may not care. Look, someone may come into the live stream right now, watch 5 minutes and go, this is dumb. I'm going to go watch some Besus videos. Like they may think that. And that's okay. To them, my opinion doesn't matter to them. And that's fine. That's good. That's good that they're figuring that out for themselves, And to the second piece, so I don't think it's contradicting. I think it's contradicting when we try to equate the idea that everyone's opinion matters to everyone, because that's just not true. Same for worth. Some say it's defined by status. Others say it's determined by others. I think a person's worth is determined by themselves as an individual, right? If we allow worth to be determined by someone else, then someone can kind of degrade you. Someone can put you down at the very bottom, or someone can raise you to the very top. You don't allow your personality to shine through. You're allowing someone else to do that. So we operate in the way that we allow others to determine worth. This is where peer pressure kicks in. This is where hierarchies kick in. This is where classism and all these different kind of issues kick in. But a person's real worth is determined by what they bring to the table. I'm going to get to that point a little bit later on when I get to the other points in the stream, guys. But Azim, thank you for the $5 super chat. I think those are important questions to really think about. Does what you have to say matter? Does your opinion matter? I personally believe it does. And who it should matter the most to is you. Your opinion should matter the most to yourself in terms of sharing it. But guys, I want to jump back onto that point. So I asked that chat poll, have you ever felt down and defeated and ready to give up? And it seems like there's this kind of unanimous idea that, yeah, we've all felt that way before. And as I was saying before, we all experience moments of sadness and hardships and struggle. But I don't think that because we experience that, it's impossible for us to also be confident in ourselves. I think that the confidence we can look for, and strive for comes out of that hardship, comes out of that struggle. So let's assume that you just feel like life is monotonous and boring and routine. You do the same thing over and over, and you're asking yourself, what's the point? I find no fulfillment in things. Why do you even try? Well, the confidence I think that can come out of that thought might be, you know what? I find that my surroundings and my environment now isn't enough for me to be happy, which means that means I have to embark on this journey and find what does make me happy. I need to put myself out there more. I need to start trying new things. Maybe I need to change the crowd of people I interact with. Maybe I need to kind of cut myself out of friend groups for a bit. Maybe I need to dive more into friend groups. It is the awakening call for you to start to explore and try different things and learn more, guys. I think that's going to be the key to start to move out of that sadness, that hardship, those difficulties that you may be experiencing. So that's why I said, if you fall into that pit of despair, recognize whether those beliefs are dictating your actions, because that pit of despair might have you believe it's not worth it. Like Red Lightning says, I'm going to disappear. No one will care. Red Lightning, RB, that's not true, man. You know that there are so many people that care about you, man. You know that we care about you here in this community. You know that your sister cares about you, that your family cares about you. Your nephew cares about you, man. There are a lot of people that care about you and love to interact with you and talk to you, man. I know that you may feel that way, but it's important to really try to remember the people around you that support you and care about you. They are here for you and they want to help you in any way they can. Guys, I want to say also, let me pull it up here. If you feel like you need someone to talk to, or you just want a place where you can chat with people and express what's on your mind and get other people's perspectives and maybe make some friends, join our Discord. This is the Josh Speaks community. This is a great place to make friends, to start to kind of just talk more about what's going on in your life, to open up a bit. If you feel like that's hard for you to do, or you don't really have a lot of people you can open up to, this is a great community to do it with. I always jump in and read people's stories, and I spend a lot of time lurking and seeing what people are talking about, guys. And I just feel proud of what we're building, what we're trying to build in there. We have an awesome group of moderators and people that just, Donna the Gamer's in there, and Cheesy's in there, and Rage Master. And there's a lot of people in there that really, Jalen's in there. A lot of people that really, really want to kind of help others as I want to too. So I definitely would recommend joining our Discord. Just go to thejoshspeaks.com/Discord. We're at like 720 something members, which is really, really cool. I can't wait for us to hit the 1,000 mark. That'd be so awesome, guys. Where can I find the Discord link? Cheesy, there you go. Cheesy posted a Discord link. Let me see if I could just pin it. Yeah, guys. Join the Discord. It's an awesome, awesome place, guys. I think you'll have a lot of fun. Share your journey, what's going on in your life. I'd love to have all of you as members of our Discord. Now, if you want to talk to me one-on-one and have a oh my God, I keep burping. You want to have a personal chat with me one-on-one, the best way to do that is to become a patron. Tomorrow, I'm hosting the community member group chat. So if you wanted to talk in a group video chat, that's tomorrow. So I would definitely become a patron at that level. But if you wanted to have, let's say, a one-on-one video chat with me, let's say you said, you know what, I want to talk to you, Josh. Maybe you haven't responded to my DMs and I really want to get your perspective on something. Can I just video chat with you for 30 minutes, for an hour? Patreon is the best way to do that. By becoming a patron, we can chat every single month if you want, if you renew it. But you get access to cool perks, like I feature your name in the end credits of my videos. You guys have probably seen that at the end of my videos. I put all the patrons up there. If you become a YouTube channel member, which is the same as Patreon, you get to use these cool emojis over here while you're jumping in the chat, and you get a little cool icon next to your name. But I would highly, highly recommend becoming a patron of mine if you really want to kind of work with me one-on-one. I have a bunch of different tier levels where we can talk for 30 minutes a month to an hour a week if you want. So definitely check it out, guys. Patreon.com/thejoshspeaks. That's the best way to communicate with me directly one-on-one to get my full attention. Music Man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Music Man says, my mom died last March. Music Man, my heart goes out to you, man. That's a tough thing to deal with. If you want, shoot me a DM on Instagram or message me, Music Man, so we can talk. I know it's hard to kind of talk about those things, and it's hard to open up. Or if you ever feel like you just need someone to share with, let me know, man. I'm here for you. But you got my love. You got the love of the community in here as well. And I also just want to shout this out to guys. You guys already know this, but let's put it out there anyway. For anyone that's new, that doesn't know, right after this live stream, I'm going live over on Instagram for the Instagram after party. So the Instagram after parties are pretty cool. They're pretty laid back, pretty relaxed. All of you guys are invited. You're getting your invitation, personalized invitation right now. On the Instagram after parties, I love to bring you guys on to video chat. So you can always hit the little video request button on Instagram and I'll bring you on. You could talk for a few minutes, talk about what's going on in your life, ask a question, whatever you want. The floor is yours. So make sure to follow me over on Instagram at @thejoshspeaks so you can be part of that Instagram after party right after this live stream, guys. Okay, cool. So let's jump into point number 4 here, guys. That's going to be this. The fourth confidence skill that you guys want to build and learn here is to become curious about the world around you. This is how you're going to start to now change your perspective and become more confident, guys. This is where I think it starts to differ for you. Because when I say become curious about the world around you, what I mean is take some time to really think about new things you want to explore, new hobbies you want to pursue, new people you want to talk to. Guys, curiosity is what's going to help inspire that confidence. I feel like I attribute my degree of confidence in life and how I feel about things to my curiosity, right? When I first started doing YouTube videos, I wasn't confident in making videos. I didn't look at it and say, I'm going to make tons of videos. I was just curious about it. I said, you know what? This seems interesting. Let me make some videos. I stumbled in the beginning. I was awkward. It was weird. It was uncomfortable. It took me some time, but that curiosity allowed me to do it enough that I feel super confident and comfortable when I make videos. For you, it might be something like maybe there's a girl you want to approach, but you're so nervous to do it and you don't know what to say and you just struggle with that. Well, let your curiosity lead the way. Maybe your curiosity will say, you know what? Let me try messaging other girls and practicing talking to them. Or let me try talking to other girls in person and let my curiosity explore who I can meet and who I can talk to, because that practice is going to help prepare me for talking to my crush. So that curiosity about life is where the confidence is going to stem from. So obviously, I want to get a chat poll going here because I got to hear from you guys. This is one of my favorite questions to ask on a chat poll. And I hope every single one of you watching, all 36 of you guys right now watching, answer this. I want to know, what are you curious about in life? What's something you want to explore and something you want to try out? You know, as we head into 2021, I think this is a new opportunity to say this is a new year where we can just put ourselves out there and try something new. So what are you curious about? For me, I'm curious because, one, I have to make a water ASMR video. I've never made an ASMR video before. So I'm going to put that out on my second channel. And that second channel I'm super curious about. That's going to be my meditation channel that I'm going to make for you guys. I'm curious about what I can do on that channel, how I could do things differently. So my curiosity is leading me to discover and explore creating meditations for people, guided meditations. But what are you guys curious about in life? Jalen says cars. That's awesome, Jalen. What is it about cars that you just feel drawn to? I'm curious. Rage Master says, don't forget to check out Josh's book, Embracing the Awkward. Yes, guys, if you haven't already, check out my book, Embracing the Awkward. It's available on Amazon. Let's see. Hamish says skydiving. That's pretty awesome, Hamish. Everglow says, hey Josh, my crush stopped texting me in the middle of the text conversation. What can I do to stop her from doing that? Because it makes me quite depressed. Look, if your crush just stops in the middle randomly, it's hard to say why. Maybe they're busy, maybe they're bored. I think that give them a bit of space and then try to reapproach the conversation or a new conversation a little bit later. Cheesy says, when I get a stable income, I'll be subscribing to the highest tier of Patreon. Really want to talk one-on-one at some point. Definitely, man. Cheesy, look, you are the main person who's helping out in the Discord and kind of at the top level, dude. Hit me up, man. I want to talk to you too. Even if you don't become a Patreon, maybe we could schedule a call and talk, because I appreciate all that you do on Discord too. So let me know, man. I'd love to chat with you as well. All right, let's see what some of you guys are saying here. Marco says, what happens while we die or try to explore the world's wonders? That's an interesting one. Cheesy says, I'm excited for the second channel. We'll dab on that. Let's see. Jalen says, I'm trying out more skateboarding tricks, and I have a picture of me close to Barney. It seems like I can fit it. Awesome, Jalen. It's really cool. ESZW says, how all the different foods taste. That's a pretty awesome goal to try out. Let's see. Guys, put your answers so quickly that it takes me a while to read them. Go. Overwhelm me right now. I want to see if I can get through. I'm going to see if I can get through them faster than you guys can type them out. Let's do this. St. Clemens of Rome says priest. That's awesome. You want to become a priest? I'm curious. Explain a little bit more about that. Dave Video says learning new things on Skillshare. That's awesome, dude. Alex Prince says I will try to do nothing to be alone. I don't talk to anyone. Alex, I want to talk a little more about that. Why do you feel that way? Jen says I want to travel the world. I'm really curious about different types of landscape. Also very curious about technology. Cool, man. I like that. My channel says videotaping. All right, I'm a fan, man. If you have any questions about making YouTube videos or starting a channel, hit me up. Let me know. Everglow says, I'm curious to know what it feels like to date a girl you've been in love with for 5 years. Yeah, I mean, to have such strong feelings for someone for so long, that curiosity is definitely going to be there. Let's see. Synchro Legend says, exploring the world. Tato says, trying squid sushi. That's an interesting one. Anthony says, what was the chat poll? What are you curious about in life, Anthony? What's something you want to try or something you want to explore? Because I feel that curiosity can lead to building confidence by trying that new thing out. Max says, rock climbing. I'm scared of heights. Max, that's the perfect thing to do. Maybe start small. Maybe it's practicing climbing a small wall. Maybe it's climbing on top of I don't know, maybe it's being in high places, but not climbing, just being in high places and seeing how that feels. Cheesy says, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. It's a privilege to work this close to you. I appreciate the pleasure is all mine, man. I truly appreciate it. Music Man says, I can tell everyone here at YouTube cares about me. We do care about you, Music Man. We really do care about you, man. Let's see. Prince Archie says, in people's stories, why are they the way they are? That's what I'm very curious. Prince Archie, can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Prehistoric Plays wants a shout out. Prehistoric Plays, this shout out is for you. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that, Prince? I'm curious what you mean by that. Rage Master says, travel, technology, bicycle, and maybe try to explore some new interesting things. Awesome, man. I like that. Haley says, I'm hyped for the final semester my senior year. I'm hyped for you too, Haley. You know, that last semester is going to be a fun one, I think, for you. Marco says, how can humans control and obtain any powers found? I believe they need the Infinity Gauntlet to do that. Let's see. Marco says, the truth of all Bibles. Oh, okay, so you want to explore the truth within the Bible, I guess is what you're saying. Let's see. Prehistoric Plays. I'm going to go around the world now. Also, awesome, guys. A lot of you guys want to travel the world and stuff, which is really, really cool. Let's see. Falzar Gaming says, I need to prevent myself from becoming shaky whenever I talk to my crush, even though I'm not nervous at all. How should I get rid of this since she'll think I'm a weirdo? Yeah, Falzar, I think the way that you practice feeling more comfortable and grounded when you're around your crush, I would say, is practicing mindfulness daily, right? So taking time to just kind of work on controlling your breathing, work on kind of bringing yourself to a resting, calm place. If you can practice that and get into the point where it's like you can just kind of stop for 5 seconds and then jump right into that calm state, you'll be able to kind of enter that like avatar state whenever you're around your crush, I think. But it definitely takes time. But guys, yeah, you guys have such awesome creative hobbies. I love asking that question because I see how amazing all of you guys are and how interesting you are and the things you bring to the table and what you have to say. So I'm just proud to be here, proud to talk to all of you guys. Everglow says, Josh, what do you do when you love your cat too much? I don't think it's possible to love your cat too much. Cats are awesome. Dogs are awesome too. Cats are great. But guys, like I said, that curiosity is going to start to help you build that confidence. The more you can put yourself out there and try new things. This is the key. Look, if you feel like things suck, if you feel like things are hard, Give yourself the opportunity to try something new, because that newness might take you on a path that you didn't know about before. It might allow you it might allow you to now discover something about yourself, discover an interest, discover a passion you never knew you had. And that's going to help build that confidence. Let's get into the fifth point here, guys, and that's going to be this one. Pancakes are great. I love pancakes. I had pancakes earlier today. The fifth confidence skill that will crush any self-doubt that you have, guys, is to know that you have what it takes to be somebody great. You guys have probably heard me say this before. Probably heard me say it a lot. Alex Burns, I love Simple Plan. But when I say know that you have what it takes to be somebody great, what I really, really want to get across here, what I really want you to understand by that, is that deep within inside of you is a person with thoughts, feelings, experiences. There is no one else in this world like you. Let's think about that for a second. Of all the people that have ever existed, and we're talking billions of people that have ever existed in this world, and we're talking about until the sun burns out, the billions and billions of people that will exist moving forward, there will never, ever be someone exactly like you unless we discover cloning, which then it won't even be like you. That's a deeper philosophical question. There's no one else in this world exactly like you. That means that what you bring to the table is so unique and special that it can't be replicated. So when I say recognizing that you have what it takes to be somebody great, it's not to say that you have it all figured out right now, or you know exactly what to do and nothing bothers you and nothing holds you back. You never get nervous. You never feel worried. You never have self-doubt. It's not to say that never happens, but it is to say that deep within you is that greatness. And it's something we should always be working towards. You know, the same way I always say, be your best self. I'm talking about aspiring to be your best self, to recognize that you have it. You have it inside. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Don't let anyone kind of bring you down or make you feel small or make you feel not good enough. Because just because someone else has a negative opinion of you or a negative perspective doesn't dictate who you are. It's so important to recognize your worth. Azim raised this question before. Who determines our worth? You determine your worth. And you can decide that you're worth nothing and give up on life and say, I don't bring anything to the table. I contribute nothing to this world. I serve no purpose. You can take that path. I'd highly advise against it because I think you're missing out. Or you can take the path of recognizing that your worth is exactly what it needs to be. You're sharing your thoughts, your feelings, and your experiences with those around you. You're involved in communities where you can talk to people, whether it's here on YouTube, whether it's in person, wherever it may be. You have parents or friends or siblings or people online that you play a role in affecting their lives. We all do. So if you're watching this right now and feel that you serve no purpose, man, you are missing the point. You serve all the purpose. To recognize that you are somebody great is, I think, the most confident thing that you can do. Because it's to say, I know who I am, I know what I'm capable of, and I'm doing my best. And that's all anyone can ever ask of you guys. That's all you can ever ask of yourself. You're doing your best. Doesn't mean that you're perfect, doesn't mean you're always going to figure it out, but you're doing your damn best. And it's so crucial to know that. It's so important. Guys, I want to get another chat poll here going before we move on to our reviewing the points here, guys. I want everyone watching this stream right now to jump into the chat and write something about themselves that they're proud of. Something you're proud of yourself for doing or being, or just something just you're proud of, even if it's for just being alive, for being here, for being a part of this chat. That's something to be proud of. I want you guys to jump in and say something you're proud of. I'll say something I'm proud of. I'm proud of being able to affect people's lives in a positive way. I know there's a lot of people out there with a platform and a voice and millions of subscribers or huge audiences that don't affect people's lives in a positive way. So I recognize my ability to kind of help people and be kind and spread those values. I recognize that, and I recognize that I feel like that's what makes me great, makes me somebody great. What do you feel makes you great, guys? What do you feel is something you're proud of? I want to hear what you guys have to say. Anthony says, I don't have much to be proud of. I don't believe that for a second, Anthony. I think there's a lot that you bring to the table, man. Think deep, dig deep. Everyone right now who's going to say, there's nothing, I'm not proud of anything, I haven't done anything special, dig deep. Go deeper than that. Go deeper than just, I don't bring anything, guys. Really think about it. Even if it's just, I help my parents out around the house. That's something. That's something, guys. Let's see. Jen says, determine your own values and value your opinions. Be open for change, but don't let yourself be changed by consent of others. It's just you, and all you need from other people is knowledge and joy. I love that. I love that so much, man. Let's see. Tercios maybe said, I like helping people. I love that, man. Awesome answer. Let's see. Sunny says, would share after the stream. Cheesy says, I'm proud of being the greatest of all time. I'm simply the best. Simply the best. Better than all the rest. Think I wouldn't catch that? I caught that. Davidio says, I'm proud of bettering myself and willing to learn new things. I love it, Davidio. I love that answer. Sorry if that was loud. Nija says, I'm proud of being alive. Nija, that's the greatest gift we can be given. Another day. If we are given another day, man, we should cherish that because that's so vital. It's so important. I love that answer too, Nija. Let's see. ESCW, thank you so much for the one. I don't know what SGD is. Thank you so much for the super chat. I truly, truly appreciate it, man. I hope my advice is helpful in some way. Jalen says, I'm proud of my black belt and my personality and people I know, and at least I got to talk to a girl. I'm proud of you too, Jalen. Accomplishing a black belt is a big deal, man. Good stuff. Marco says, I'm proud of being a kind-hearted person with the ability to have art skills. I love it, Marcos. I love it so much. Awesome answer. Let's see. Jen says, I'm so damn proud of all the people I've met, and even though some of the relationships haven't been great, it's added value to my life, and I'm grateful for it. I love it too, man. I love that answer. Hamish says, I'm proud of who I am and the love I radiate. Hamish, you radiate so much love. You make so many people laugh and smile, dude. I don't think you realize it. You are a beacon of light in people's lives, man. I appreciate you. Everglow says, I'm proud of being a person who takes out their pain on the piano and guitar. I love it, man. Look, Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood used to do the exact same thing. When he had deep emotions, he was feeling sad or angry or even happy, he would take those emotions out on the piano keys. He would play his feelings, and I think that's amazing that you have that outlet. Alex Burns says, I'm proud of being lonely. I'm sorry to hear that, Alex. Alex, you don't understand. You bring so much light to our live streams, dude. Every time I bring you on, you make so many people smile. You make so many people laugh. You're a positive, fun person, man. And I think you bring that to the table. Let's see. Haley says, I'm proud of being strong and overcoming a lot, such as bone cancer and depression. Haley, I'm so proud of you and all that you've accomplished and just all that you are going to accomplish in the future. You have such a bright future ahead of you. You're such a smart and talented person. And it's like, sometimes I know you may not feel that way, but it is there. You have what it takes to be somebody great. I truly believe that. All right, I'm going to try to read through this quickly. Dario says, I'm proud that I have vintage cosplays. I love your cosplays, Dario. Man, when you post your Waldo and your Slappy and your 007 and your Jurassic Park and your Marty, all of them, dude, they are just, you kill it at cosplay. Azim says, I'm proud of being alive, starting a YouTube channel, having a great family and friends like you, Josh. Azim, I'm happy to be part of your life. I'm happy you're a part of my life, man. I'm happy we get to chat. I love our conversations. Anthony says, I guess I'm proud of starting up a YouTube channel. There it is. Yeah, you got it, man. I'm proud of starting up a YouTube channel, overcoming my fear of speaking to a camera. Dude, you're going to be great on YouTube. I think as you get more into videos and stuff, you are going to kill it, dude. I believe in you. I believe in you, man. Jen says, I take huge gratitude to life. Love it, man. All right, let me read these quick. Turco says, something that makes me feel proud is when I help people at their worst and not abandoning them. Dude, you are an amazing friend. That is such a powerful skill to offer to others. So thank you for doing that. My neighbor Timo says, I work really hard for things I want. I love it, man. Awesome answer. Hamish says, I'm proud of who I am and the love I radiate, even if I don't see it all the time. Exactly. This isn't about always feeling perfect or always feeling like you have it together, but recognizing you have what it takes to be somebody great. It's there. It's within you, guys. Yancey says, I'm proud of being my best self and the people around the world. Yancey, I'm so proud of you, man. You're such an awesome guy. SGD is Singapore currency. I wasn't sure about that. Spaceface says, hey, I got a question. How can I manage? All right. If you guys have dating questions, we'll take that after, maybe, or on the Instagram live stream. Dono says, I'm proud of myself for helping others as well as being the best son. Dono, dude, I'm so grateful to have you, man, as part of this community. I feel like you've been so helpful, and you just are such a kind person. You're there for so many people, man. People are so lucky to have you in their lives. Let's see. Sunny says, I listen to music a lot. That helps me a lot to inspire myself and boost self-esteem. Is it snowing around my area? My channel asks. Yeah, I think it's done snowing, but it was snowing like crazy today. Guys, all right. So I hope you felt that surge of good feeling from hearing everyone's answers, from recognizing that, yeah, we all do have something to contribute. We all do bring our best selves to the table. I want to walk you through these 5 confidence points, guys, because like I said, when I talk about confidence, when I talk about having confidence skills, it's not just this idea of just believe in yourself and that's it. It's recognizing that you're going to have good days and bad days, recognizing that people might try to bring you down, recognizing that you may doubt yourself, but knowing that that goodness is within you. It's always there, and it's always something you can tap into. I'm not saying that you're always going to feel like you want to, but it's always there. So let's walk through these 5 points, guys. Thank you for being part of this live stream too. If you haven't already, like I said, hit the thumbs up on this video. See how many thumbs up we can get by the end of it, guys. Let's go through the 5 points here. This is going to be a recap, and then we're going to hit up our mindful moment. Point number 1, guys, is this. This is the first confidence skill. Push past your limiting beliefs. If you feel like people around you are trying to tell you what you can and can't do, or if you feel like you doubt yourself because maybe you grew up being told that you shouldn't do certain things because you're a girl, or you're too short to do this, or you're not smart enough. If other people have created a reality that you feel like you are living by, break out of it. This is the chance for you to explore and try new things for yourself and to push past those limiting beliefs. Don't allow anyone else to dictate what you are capable of. You decide what you are capable of. Point number 2, guys, the second confidence skill is to recognize that your memories are not solid truths. Look, sometimes we go through bad experiences and we feel like we're doomed to fail. We feel like this is the only reality that's going to exist. It's going to happen over and over and over again. But recognize that just because you had a bad experience, it doesn't mean you will have a bad experience in the future. Every new situation is a new opportunity for something different to happen. And you're always taking your past experience to the table with you every time you go into a new one. So if you feel like you're doubting yourself based on something that's happened to you in the past, give yourself the space to recognize, you know what? This time might be different. It's worth exploring. Embracing the Awkward sounds like a good teen movie title. It does sound like a good TV movie title. Skill number 3, guys. Don't let negative biases dictate your behaviors. Look, it's easy to fall into that pit of despair and to feel like everything sucks and nothing works out and nothing's good enough and you're not good enough. It's easy to fall into that spiral, guys. But if you find that you're deciding things, you're making decisions whether to do something, whether not to do something based on those negative biases, you have to catch yourself. You have to catch yourself when you're doing it, because it's going to prevent you from going forward. It's going to prevent you from actually kind of making any kind of changes in your life. It's going to prevent you from building that confidence. So be aware, be mindful of those behaviors, be mindful of how you feel, because that's really going to help carry you forward, guys. It's the mindfulness that's going to help. Skill number 4 is this. Become curious about the world around you. Look, it's only through exploration and only through trying things and failing and succeeding and learning and growing. It's only through all those things that you'll really start to build the confidence you need. So allow curiosity to open up new doorways for you. Allow curiosity to show you that you're capable of more than you know. And it might just mean putting yourself in an uncomfortable position or breaking out of your comfort zone to discover that. And finally, guys, skill number 5, know that you have what it takes to be somebody great. You guys read the chat here. You saw this. Whether it's the smallest thing of just being happy that you're alive, which is not small by any means, or the biggest thing by saying, I help others, I listen to others, I care about others. You have what it takes to be somebody great. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. That fire burns within you, and it's a matter of tapping into it. If you truly want to be confident, you have to first recognize that you are capable of being confident. It's always there. Don't let that fire burn out, guys. And now it is time. Oops, that's skill number 3. I keep pressing the wrong ones. It is time for a mindful moment. Guys, this is the last live stream of the year. I got my bell right here. I'm going to be taking off the next 2 Thursdays, the Thursday of Christmas week and the Thursday of New Year's week. I'm going to be taking those off to kind of give myself a bit of time to recoup and plan for the next year. I am going to be putting out a video next Tuesday. That's going to be my top 10 videos that you need to check out. So recap of the best videos I made this year that you have to check out if you haven't already. But ring that bell, my favorite white boy, I guess. Guys, it is time for a mindful moment. I got my bell here. This stream has been all about building your confidence, recognizing your limiting beliefs, the things holding you back, and seeing what's confident. And at the end, I hope you realize that you have what it takes to be somebody great, that greatness is within you, and no one can tell you otherwise. So I want to end this year in the live stream form. I want to end this year with each of you right now closing your eyes. Let's close our eyes together. Let's close our eyes and let's think for a second about how we can start 2021 putting our confidence out on display, showing the world, but more importantly, showing ourselves that we do have what it takes to be somebody great, that skill set is within us. Maybe it's going after your crush and approaching them this time. Maybe it's posting that video and starting that YouTube channel. Maybe it's allowing yourself to be vulnerable and share your feelings with others. No matter what happens, guys, we're going to get into this new year together. We're going to keep moving forward. We're going to work on being our best selves. That is never, ever going to change. So let's close our eyes. We listen to the sound of the bell as we think about the new year and the confident us that we're going to carry into it. Everglow says my eardrums will shatter. I warn you when the bell's coming. I warn you. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of this live stream. If you haven't already hit the thumbs up, I'm going to jump over live on Instagram, so I'd love to have you as part of that. If you're watching the replay, check out the video over here where I'm going to talk more about building those confidence skills. The road doesn't end here, guys. Ho, this is just the beginning. Thank you for being a part of this live stream. Thank you for subscribing to this channel and being a member of our community. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you next time over in 2021. As always, love and peace. See you guys next year, technically.